I'm not saying that Paige Bueckers is not going to be better than Caitlin Clark. We just don't know it. I'm not saying Juju Watkins will not be better than Caitlin Clark. We just don't know it. What I am saying is that Caitlin Clark has proven herself. If you don't like her, then stop trying to pit every player against her, because, I mean, if she's really not that good, why are you guys trying so hard to find a replacement? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Of course, if this is not your first time, this is Raquel here with the Raw Report. I hope everyone is doing well. I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who sent me condolences or very sweet messages. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. This is a very difficult time, so I'm grateful for the kind words. With that being said, if you haven't already done so and you want to, subscribe, like, comment, and of course, if you like the content, share it. Also, I just am not one of those creators who are going to be like, get me to 10,000, get me to this. I feel like that's weird, and it's kind of like begging people to follow you. And I feel like I'd rather be like authentic and genuine. And if you like my content, by all means follow it. And sometimes people just may not like to see you all the time. So for all of those who have followed me, thank you. Genuinely, I am so grateful for it. With that, let's get into this video. So I don't know if you guys have noticed what's been going on with the WNBA media or women's basketball media in general. Okay, so what's been happening is that everyone is on this high with Paige Bueckers. Now, granted, I want to say this and preface this. I do know that Paige Bueckers is an amazing player. She's been amazing since high school. She is a great player. I know that some injuries plagued her with last season and things like that, and the reason why she actually went back to UConn. There's a lot of decisions she had to make. She is a great player. She is even starting she's even starting this year off amazing. No shocker for nobody. She's a baller. Along with Paige Bueckers, you have Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins is one of my favorite players in college right now. Her and Paige are literally like some of the best players, similar to Caitlin Clark, that you're going to see in the college women's ball, right? So we got that out the way, right? We got that out the way. Now, the craziest thing is, because we're talking about the WNBA media, or just people in the media in general, or just people, you know. So one of the things I've noticed, this trend that's been happening. The trend is that everyone is so quick to try to say who's going to be over Caitlin Clark. Oh, this person's going to be over Caitlin Clark. That person's going to be over Caitlin Clark. This woman and that. And it's just weird. First and foremost, listen. Juju Watkins is in her sophomore year. Let her play in her sophomore year. You guys are trying so hard to hate on Caitlin Clark that you guys are putting people in conversations that they don't belong in yet. It doesn't mean that I don't think Juju Watkins is going to be an amazing player, because like I said, hometown girl and homegrown. So I want Juju Watkins to do amazing. Plus, I just like her game. It's exciting to me. It's fun to watch. I love it all. Paige Bueckers is the same way. But it's so crazy that like everyone has already deemed them better than Caitlin Clark. I wonder why. What is it about Caitlin Clark that makes everyone act and behave that way? And let me say and explain what I mean by that. So one of the things that happened is that the Dallas Wings ended up getting the first draft pick for the 2025 WNBA season. Everyone's anticipating, of course, that Paige Bueckers will be the first draft pick in that draft, right? So Enrique, who's a player on the Dallas Wings, tweeted out, "Oh my gosh, thank you Lord," and things like that, and she was very happy because she's assuming like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get Paige Bueckers, right? Paige Bueckers' fan base went and was saying a bunch of weird comments, some racist things and different things of that nature. Now, you want to know what the craziest part is that we didn't see anyone saying in the media or the WNBA covering or anything like that, like, Paige, you need to speak up and speak out for your fans who said these awful things online to Enrique. Enrique even had a follow-up tweet because she was like, you know, I love myself, da, 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 from people misunderstanding or mistaking what she said. The funniest part is that, let that have been Caitlin Clark. Let anything with Caitlin Clark, everyone does it. Now I know you guys are like sick of the Caitlin Clark talk, but I am sick of it too, in the sense of like the hypocrisy and the unrealistic weird ways that people treat her versus everyone else. So here's the funniest part. So you had I don't even like this woman, Natalie Esquire, which I really wish you guys stop giving her attention. She's the type of person who doesn't deserve anyone's attention. She's horrible. She's not good at what she does. And she didn't start speaking on the WNBA until she started to see that there was this race baiting between black girl versus white girl, and that was the whole Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing. Prior to that, she was just a Warriors fangirl. That's all she knew. That's all she spoke about. That's all she talked about. She doesn't even know ball outside of that space. This season, when she knew that she can be a part of the diversity conversations and race bait and say how horrible or how mistreated black women were in the league, she got into it. Now, again, I know everyone is like, the WNBA is an activist league. The WNBA cares about their players and things of that nature. They do not. They have demonstrated to us several times that they do not care about these players. They cared about trying to defame, degrade, and bring down Caitlin Clark. Why is that? Because they were threatened by who she was as a player. It wasn't anything to do with her personally. They tried to say, oh, it's her fans, it's the female fans, it's this. No. We're not going to keep pushing that agenda when we continue to see that when Paige Bueckers fans said some things that were like a little bit trolling, out of hand, and things like that. I haven't seen a lot of outrage for you guys saying her to speak up for her fans. And let me tell you guys why not.
With the light that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve. They've given so much to the sport and the community and society as a whole, and their value is undeniable. And in the WNBA last season, the postseason awards, 80% of the winners were black, but they got half of the coverage as the white athletes. So I think it's time for change. Sports media holds the key to storylines.
And she stood out and said, she believes that black players deserve more credit and things of that nature, which she's right. The thing is that she said what they wanted to hear. So they believe and think that, oh, Paige Bueckers is an ally. Plus, Paige Bueckers happens to have a black stepmother. And so she knows, of course, some diversity that goes on with the black community and things of that nature because of her stepmother. But it doesn't mean she knows the black experience as a black person. I'm a black woman. And I'm all for activism if you're really pushing what I thought that the league was supposed to be pushing, which was more equal pay, also better facilities and things of that nature. I've spoken about this. Like, I'm all for that if you guys are trying to get these players to be in better places and things of that nature. But that's not what this activism is about. This activism is selective. It's about drama, and it's about picking your faves and who you like. It's also about, unfortunately, being whether or not somebody's part of the LGBTQ community and straight and things like that. They are treating players differently whether or not they're straight and get pregnant. They are mistreating and harassing players depending on so many different things. But when it was Caitlin Clark, they said, oh, Caitlin Clark is not going to translate into the league. Remember the Diana Taurasi whole point where
right, when the college guys come out, they're waiting for him. I mean, Camilla's coming, Caitlin's coming. There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that it's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie, and it might take a little bit longer for some people.
Right on. That's perfect.
How'd that work out, DT? And I'm a fan of DT too. But I was like, yeah, that kind of sounds like hating. But now that it's Paige Bueckers and that she said everything that they wanted to hear, and in a way, I don't want to say she's pandering or pandered, but I just think because they like her mentality, because she said something good about black women, that they're automatically kind of crowning her. But it's not because of they actually respect Paige Bueckers. It's in spite of Caitlin Clark. That's literally what all of this is. Similar to what they're doing with Juju Watkins. It's in spite of Caitlin Clark. When Caitlin Clark was coming to the league, everyone had these, don't give her too much hype. She was only hyped because she was a white girl. She's not better than this person. She won't be that good. And then she had the best rookie year that any other rookie has had, and then she broke not only rookie records, but she also broke WNBA records, and then she became top 5 player based upon being on the first all WNBA team. All these things were accomplished, and yet they still have this vendetta and this wish that we hope somebody else is better than her, so just so that we don't have to give her the credit that she's due. It's weird. I'm not saying that Paige Bueckers is not going to be better than Caitlin Clark. We just don't know it. I'm not saying Juju Watkins will not be better than Caitlin Clark. We just don't know it. What I am saying is that Caitlin Clark has proven herself. Why are you guys continuing to push other people over her when most of the people that's actually part of the league right now, the WNBA players, were not even good as her? So I know you guys are trying to be nasty, and I see all the interviews and the post, and everybody wants to say how great everybody else is versus Caitlin Clark. That alone lets me know Caitlin Clark is a phenomenal player. She's probably going to go down as the greatest player to play basketball. You know why? Because when you guys are targeting people, you guys only target one person, Caitlin Clark. You compare other people to Caitlin Clark. Now, I get it. You guys want to say, oh, that's not what it is. It's just that they're young. They are the future. Juju Watkins, Paige Bueckers, Caitlin Clark, players of that nature, you know, Aaliyah Boston, all of these type of players will be the players of the future who will be some of the top players in the WNBA. But you guys so badly don't want to give this girl her credit out of spite. It's getting ridiculous, and I'm over it. I'm sick and tired of talking about it. What kills me is that you don't have to like Caitlin Clark. You don't have to like her game. You don't have to like her fans. But you also don't have to lie and be nasty and spiteful and crazy. Because suddenly when it was Paige Bueckers fans saying it, you guys were making light of it. You guys were saying, oh, they're just misunderstanding them. Enrique, don't worry. They're not really bad people because Paige said something we like. So now all the agendas that they were pushing against Caitlin Clark has gone out the window. All I keep wanting to say is the WNBA, the people covering the WNBA, they're not good. I've been saying this. They need to get new people. The only way you're going to grow your league is you're going to grow it with people who care about the game. Not about pushing agendas, not about narratives, not about making everything a race issue, and not even focusing on whether a player is good, but basing your likability or the way you will cover them is based upon if they're your fave or not. That's what the WNBA has demonstrated. It is not a good league for just being unbiased and being very honest about players being good or not. They also want to push that, you know, it's got to be Asia, it's got to be Angel Reese, it's got to be this person. It's got to be somebody black for them. And I think that it's crazy that you guys are not understanding. At the end of the day, it's okay to admit that Caitlin Clark is very, very good at basketball. Amazing at basketball, and yes, she's dominating a black league. So what? In the end, it should be about the skills, the basketball, and what a player does. So the same way you guys are sitting here and you guys are able to say, oh, Juju Watkins skills, oh, Paige Bueckers skill, oh, whomever else, give Caitlin Clark that same respect. If you don't like her, and then stop trying to pit every player against her, because I mean, if she's really not that good, why are you guys trying so hard to find a replacement? Why are you guys trying so hard to push the agendas of now Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins, who are just college players? And don't forget, Paige Bueckers had an opportunity to come into the league last year. She didn't. You know why? Because she was smart. She understood how good, and she understands how great Caitlin Clark is. Keep that in mind. I know people are going to be like, no, that's not why. It's part of it. And this is not a knock on Paige Bueckers or Juju Watkins. I am huge fans of theirs. I'm not fans of the media and those who cover the WNBA who just can't seem to just either stop doing this messiness and be professional or shut up. That's all we want. Anyways, share your thoughts. What do you guys think? Because I just see like there's this new wave of now, like every day they're just trying to push anybody over Caitlin Clark. Yet they did the complete opposite during the WNBA season. They found every reason to discredit what Caitlin Clark did. So strange. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure if you haven't already done so and you want to, you can subscribe, like, comment, and of course, like I always say, share my content if you like it.